Number 14, Texas, one of the hottest teams in the country right now, riding high on a 6-game winning streak. Oklahoma State's lost 4 of their last 5, but looking to continue their dominance over Texas in Stillwater. Boys have won 8 of the last 10 matchups at home. First half, pick it up. Isaac Likely using the screen, hits Keelan Boone behind the arc, and Boone gonna boon. Cowboys up 4. Just over a minute later, Texas down 5. Likely gets the deflection on the lob. Oklahoma State other way. Bryce Thompson gives to Boone. Shoot the J, shoot it. Oklahoma State up by 8. Texas 10 turnovers in the first half, most of any half this season. Not a winning formula. Boone again off the feed from Avery Anderson this time, puts the Cowboys up by 9, their largest lead of the half. Texas would cut the lead to 2 at the break, 30-28 headed to the locker room. Then second half, Avery Anderson, the Musa Cisse roll into the basket, pokes back up 4. Next state possession, high flying. Bryce Thompson, two-handed finish with some sauce. Oklahoma State up by 6, picking up the pace and the momentum and getting it back to their main man. Bryce Williams, great cross-court pass to Boone, who knocks home the catch and shoot. Cowboys up by 7. Minute later, Oklahoma State up by 8. Passing it around. Who else? Boone. Rip and twine. Oklahoma State up 11. Would extend it to 13 and go on to win it wire to wire. 64-51 is your final. Oklahoma State makes it 9 wins in their last 10 tries against Texas at home. Boone leading the way with a career-high 17, efficient, 6 of 8 from the floor. Again, 64-51 your final as they snap number 14's winning streak. Oklahoma State also notching their best win of the season. It's their first win over an AP top 15 team at the wagering window. They were catching 3, didn't need them. It's the first time they cover in their last 7 tries, and this one comes in under the 128. All right, here's a look at where the game was won, and it was in the final 3 minutes and change of this one. 12 points by the Pokes down the stretch on 3 of 4 shooting, while Texas couldn't buy one. Longhorns looking to pick themselves up and get back to it as they will take on a conference opponent in short order.
A final from Stillwater where Oklahoma State upsets Texas 64-51. Keelan Boone stepping up off the bench for the Cowboys, averaging 5.7 points per game this season. Goes for 17 on 6 of 8 shooting, go along with 6 rebounds. Texas just could not get anything going. One of their star players, Marcus Carr, had a game to forget in this one. He had just 4 points in this one on 1 of 6 shooting, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Oklahoma State outscored Texas 34-23 in the second half as they go on to win by 13, 64-51, snapping the Longhorns' 6-game winning streak. Get some instant analysis. Welcome to CBS Sports basketball insider Gary Parrish. Gary, your reaction to how this game went down, considering Texas almost really didn't show up in the second half.
They didn't. It couldn't score. They're obviously missing Trey Mitchell, who is their 3rd leading scorer and 3rd leading rebounder. That matters, but it shouldn't matter this much. One of the great things, in theory, about Chris Beard's roster is that he's got a lot of players. They ought to be able to still get by. An Oklahoma State team that's been shaky, had already lost 4 times at home. They should be able to get by that team, even without Trey Mitchell. So for them to not only lose, but get pulled away from in the second half is discouraging. And now, we're sitting here on January 8th, and Texas's best win is against a West Virginia team that was depleted, missing its leading scorer last weekend. They're 0-3. The Longhorns are now in quadrant 1 opportunities. I haven't looked closely but my instincts tell me that I will probably be removing Texas from Sunday morning's top 25-1. Still got a chance to be really good, but right now there's just not much substance to their body of work.
Yeah, the backcourt for Texas, Marcus Carr and Courtney Ramey, combined for just 13 points. Marcus Carr, 4 points on 1 of 6 shooting. What did Oklahoma State do to disrupt him in this game?
Well, I don't know that it was them as much as it was him. He's been like this for much of the season. After having a tremendous scoring season last season at Minnesota, averaging nearly 20 points per game, he just hasn't been able to find any sort of rhythm or level of comfortness, playing with Texas and with those veteran guards that he joined and had to figure out how to fit in with. as of last weekend, he was the 5th leading scorer on the team. But his past 2 games had been encouraging. 19 points in one, 20 in the other. We talked about it pregame. I thought that maybe he was starting to get back to what he was. And then he comes out in this one and just doesn't play well at all. 1 of 6 from the field, like you noted. 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. Now it's back to square one, because if Texas is going to be anything close to what we thought they could be in the preseason, that's going to be reliant on Marcus Carr being a big level scorer. And right now, he's not doing it. At least he's not doing it consistently.
They ended the game on a 12-run run, did the Cowboys. They get a signature win as they upset the Longhorns on their home floor. Gary Parrish breaking it down for us here on CBS Sports HQ. Gary, thank you very much. And for more for Gary, check out the Eye on College Basketball podcast, joined by Matt Norlander, delivering commentary, reporting, and insider information as they break down all the big storylines in college hoops. The Eye on College Basketball podcast. Download and subscribe today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.